So what is one of the key things you can do in a warehouse to improve the productivity of the staff in their picking and packing and so on? It's product slotting. And you might be thinking, what the heck's product slotting? That's what we're going to talk about this week. So what is product slotting? Okay, let me give you an analogy. You know when you go into a supermarket, depending which country you're in, but here in Australia, some of the really fast-moving products would be milk and eggs and bread. Where are they in the supermarket? They're at the back of the store. And why does the store do that? Because they want you to walk through the whole store, seeing all these other products that you might buy on the way. You don't do that in a warehouse. You put the fast-moving products closest to the packing and dispatch area so that you minimize the movement of people in the warehouse. So here we are with one of the experts that we have at Logistics Bureau on product slotting, John Monk. And John, can you explain to us, how you go about doing that with one of our clients and typically what some of the benefits are?
To start with, for product slotting, what we try to work through with the client is first of all, understand their operation, understand the flow through the warehouse. And what we're looking for in that is how to minimize the pick path distance. But we have to understand how they pick. Some clients will only go one way, other clients will go both ways. We can offer suggestions within that also in terms of how to minimize the pick path, but we look at their operation. Then we need some information from the client, some data. And usually this is actually the difficult piece to get, is to understand how often they pick a particular product, how many products per order, look at the dimensions of the product. But even without the dimensions, we can make some approximations. Like in the warehouse we're here now, we know that these are all pallet positions and the product fits into a pallet position. And then once we've got the data, then the next step is to build a model. So we build a model in some software that we've got, and we bring together the data, the understanding the constraints and how the business operates, and we run a optimization. And so as you introduce, what we look for here is to actually place the product to minimize the pick path, and the type of benefits that we see can be anything from 15 to 30%. And you say 30%, that's enormous. In fact, we had
This is on labour costs.
This is on direct labour cost for picking. So if you think about how many pickers you've got, we can save potentially between 15 and 30%.
That's amazing.
And it's enormous. And the odd thing I find in the Australian market is just how few warehouses actually do this. This particular client that we're actually going to do that particular task. They've just replaced all this racking, and now we're going to give them a product placement plan based on their business rules.
And it's such a logical thing when you think about it. So for people who don't have access to consultants to help them do it or systems, I mean, what's something that people watching this could do themselves? Very simple thing.
Very simple things is find out which products you pick the most and place them as close as possible to what we call the center of gravity of your warehouse. Typically that'll be your dispatch area because, or you look at where your picker starts and finishes their trip, you place it as close as possible to that point. And so identify those fast moving products and place the product, and that's the golden zone. You know, if you can, the old Pareto principle here, Rob, if you can identify 20% of your products, that's probably 80% of the activity. And so get those 20% and put them in the golden zone. Get them in the golden zone.
So your pickers are just going in this, and then occasionally. So here, we're right at the back of the warehouse. The dispatch area is actually over there. Something else to consider, you obviously want to get those fast moving products nearer the dispatch and so on, but don't think just sort of laterally, think horizontally as well. So slow moving products go up there because it takes longer to get them. Faster moving products come down here. Why do I know that? Many years ago when I was at Cranfield studying a master's degree, there was a guy doing his PhD on pick path algorithms for those automated crane systems. So you can imagine, it's a lot of detailed maths behind it to work out how long does it take to bring it from the top down, from the back to the front, and so on. So software packages can do all of that, that's what we use with our consulting clients. But if you're trying to do this yourself, it's as simple as analyze your different product throughputs, the A's, the really fast movers, get them closer to dispatch, lower down, easier to get to for picking, then the B's, then the C's.
That's right.
And up to 30%
Absolutely.
30%
I mean, it could be
labour
more.
saving.
It just depends on the client and whether they've done it before.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah. So if you have any further questions on that, do comment below. And if you found this topic interesting, you know how it works. Do like, comment, share. Do subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button because we have new videos coming out every Wednesday. But John, I just want to say thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
This is kind of one of these little things that so many companies just don't do.
Just don't do.
No. So if you don't do product slotting, get on with it. Okay, thanks, John.